What's the biggest struggle right now?
The biggest struggle? What is our biggest struggle? Not having songs written. We're at the bottom of the ninth inning right now.
That's a decent struggle.
Yeah. We are missing songs for the record.
Writing the night of.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, don't doubt it.
Wouldn't be the first time we've added a lyric in like just seconds before the service started, so. A year and a half ago, Central Live got together and we were just praying and dreaming about the future, and we decided now's the time. We need to write an all original record.
Through the course of 2016, we had written about 7 to 8 songs, and going into 2017, we knew we had about 9 months to get the last half of the album done, which is basically a song a month.
We started our summer vacations, and we were only halfway through the writing of the album. And once summer kind of came to a close, we have 45 days to now write the rest of the album together. Wow.
As we were just feeling the pressure to finish these songs, Drew and I were actually in Tulsa, Oklahoma at a conference where Pastor Jed was speaking at, and we just knew we had to keep cranking out some material to get ready for the record. And we found a studio that we just went into, and we had the idea of this song that came to be Rebel Heart. And this was a quote from Pastor Jed in a recent message where he said, "God makes rebels, he breaks rebels, and then releases them with a cause."
As soon as we were kind of done writing these songs, we went in the studio and just started capturing arrangements of these songs. We got together. It was a lot of fun. There was just some jamming on. In fact, Break the Walls Down was one of those. How about this? Can we do a almost just break for a second? Oh, yeah, kind of just.
That's cool.
Just drop it for a second.
Heck yeah. So good. It is.
One more time.
So leading up to the night of the live album recording, not only are we feeling the weight of finishing these songs, we're feeling the weight of ministry life in general, but each of us individually at some point in the process had gone through something unforeseen.
Yeah, a good friend of mine once told me, you know God's doing something great if everything's going wrong. And everything was going wrong. In fact, for me personally, about 14 days leading up to the album recording, I woke up one day and I just had this terrible back pain. And every night I'd go to bed, I'd get about 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I was just in tremendous pain just on my back. And I couldn't sleep at night. I was getting maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And then the night of the recording, the back pain literally goes away. And I just felt like I was able to go out that night and give God my best.
Yeah, God's timing is pretty crazy. The Sunday before the album recording, my wife and I found out we were having our first kid.
And if you didn't know it, Christian and Chloe are pregnant. Then we woke up on September 8th, and that was the night. I just remember standing on the stage, seeing hundreds and hundreds of people come into our auditorium, just expecting God to show up and do something powerful. So we're right in the middle of mixing this album, and October 1st happens. I remember we just decided as a team, you know what, let's go to the hospitals and let's go to homes of victims and their families and share these songs with them, because that's ultimately what these songs are about. They're about bringing hope and encouragement to people. And in fact, one of the individuals that we went into a hospital room, her name's Riley, and Riley's got a long road of recovery ahead of her, but we just stood around her bed and we sang Hope for All and prayed for her. Lord, thank you for Riley, for just sparing her life, and God, for giving her the chance to have another breath, God, and we're so grateful to be here today to just thank you, Lord, for the gift of life. As soon as we got through the Vegas tragedy together as a city, we just knew we had a lot of work left to do, and within about a week we just kind of put a bow on this whole album, and October 19th we mastered the album, and it was just so cool coming home from Los Angeles that night realizing the songs are done. I remember being up on Thursday night at 9 p.m. and just seeing that in all the digital music stores, thanking God that we got this project done. But as we write, we don't just write for the church, we also write for those who are far from God. And it's our hope that these songs would encourage somebody who is far from God to have a real and meaningful relationship with him, that ultimately these songs would introduce people to Jesus and help them follow him.